Hi, this is Mike from Rock and Load. I have the pleasure today of talking to the girls from the Amorettes. Hi girls, if you'd like, could you introduce yourselves please?
Sure, I'm Jill, I'm vocals and guitar.
Hannah, I play drums.
Heather, I play bass.
Good stuff. You've got a new album coming out soon, haven't you?
Yeah.
So what's the release date? Tell us about the new album.
23rd of March in Britain, 22nd of April in the rest of Europe. We actually have it on sale with us during the tour,
Right, cool.
so folk can actually buy it a bit earlier. It's out on Amazon pre-order as well.
Yeah, I mean we've heard it already, and
Yeah.
that's one of the first questions. But how long? Your first album, Haul and Ass, was released 2010. Was it released? How come it's taken so long between that one and this one?
I think.
Yeah, it was 2010. Yeah, it came out. We sort of took a bit of a hiatus. We kind of had a bit of a period of time where we weren't really doing much. We weren't really feeling too inspired. But then it's always when you're not doing it, you start to miss it, and you know when we decided to get the band back on the go. But yeah, it has been a long time coming, so we're glad it's done.
We were just gigging so solidly for that period of time when we weren't on hiatus. And it was just distractions.
We just didn't really get down to sort of writing new stuff. We were just sort of playing the same set for
But
quite a
since
while.
you've worked really hard,
I
haven't
think we
you?
just started to take it more seriously and just
Yeah.
thought,
Yeah,
we had
that was
that
the turning
was a crowd reaction. We sort of thought, you know, people actually want to hear more, so you know, let's take it a bit more seriously rather than just a laugh.
We saw you supporting Black Star Riders in Homeford last year. Was that a turning point? Because you were amazing that day. It was fantastic, and you went down really well.
I think that was the day that we were asked by Black Star Riders, the management, to do the tour. And that was, they were sort of thinking, oh yeah. So we must have made some big impression there.
I mean, it was basically a room full of middle-aged blokes, wasn't it? And you went down really well. They would have had no preconceptions about you probably, and you came on stage and just sort of rocked the place. So obviously you went down well. You got a partnership now with Off Your Rocker. How did that start? Did they see you play somewhere and want to sign you, or?
Well, we've been on Johnny for quite a while. We did a few sort of
Played Hard Rock
Hard Rock Hell. We've played Hard Rock Hell a few times, sort of through the highways hell competitions that you sort of get on that. So we did quite well in one of those. So we've known him for years, and yeah, he put an offer on the table along with some others. So that was sort of the best thing for us, really. I think we know him quite well, so we had a good relationship. Anyway.
Sorry, I've got to read these now because we've got that many written down, so I'm going to have to read them. The name of the new record is Game On, and along with some of the tracks like Bull by the Horn, Shoot from the Hip, Fire at Will, it suggests that you're a band that's sending out a strong message.
So quite violent.
You actually mean business in the music industry.
The cover is
Is it your intention to send out a strong message because you're a girl band? Is it like, we're sending out a really strong message into the opposition?
I think we just wanted to come back with a bit of a bang and just, stop procrastinating and get on with it. I think it was more sort of just, grab the bull by the horns,
It's the way we play as well. It's quite.
Yeah.
It's just quite hard and quite aggressive, and it kind of just matches the sound quite well. Those kind of imagery and stuff. So,
You've got Chris. I can't pronounce his surname. What's Chris's? How do you pronounce it? Sangarides.
We kept thinking it was tangerine.
I've seen it written down so many times, and I've never been able to pronounce it. And even though you just said it now, I still can't pronounce it.
Not Sangarides.
Anyway, you've got Chris producing as well, and he's a legendary producer. He likes Judas Priest, Anvil, Y&T, Gary Moore. What was he like to produce your album?
Nicest man on earth.
It's so funny. He does all these voices and impressions, and he's just laugh from start to finish.
So many stories of all these bands he's worked with.
Yeah.
Just anecdotes. And it was so calm as well. He was really chilled out. We only had 4 days to do the whole album.
Right.
And he just kept us calm. happy and we just battered it
Really
out.
nice.
Did he have much? Sorry, go on.
You'd sort of go in and do a take, and then you'd come back in, and he would just tell some anecdote for another for an hour, and he just had so many stories to tell, and he was just
Oh, that's
really chilled
fantastic.
out kind of guy. Yeah.
Did he have much input into the songs, or did he just let you have full reign and just basically produced it?
Yeah, I think it's sort of frills and little frills and little sort of signature some like Korg keyboards and some like vibra slap, and he had sort of like certain accents and things, which was good. So
I think he was very much in the frame of mind that it should just be raw, and in that we all just play together in this room, so it's kind of just capturing the live.
So it's all recorded
vibe.
live.
Yeah, it's just the three of us playing together. I think he really wanted that to be the most important thing of the
Energy.
album. Yeah,
Where was it? Which
kind of
recording
just be
studio?
ourselves.
it was in college, in
College.
Kent. Yeah,
Right.
the cliffs it over,
Yeah.
right on the
Right.
Literally right on the
France.
edge.
Cool. Is that Chris's own studios or?
Yeah.
Good stuff. And do you have favourite tracks on the album? Do you all have the same favourite tracks, or have you all got different tastes?
It kind of changed when we
Just
recorded
give
it.
it.
I think my favourite was Give 'Em Hell.
Yeah.
That was
Definitely, yeah.
That's the most fun to play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just so full on. It's just
It's quite
fast.
punchy, yeah.
Yeah, those are the fun ones to play.
What about your influences from when you were a kid? You all obviously your two sisters, so did you pinch each other's albums, and did you have the same tastes, or do you have different
More or less.
influences?
Yeah, more or less.
I mean, rock is rock, isn't it? We all have
Yeah.
the same
Yeah.
things, don't we?
Like a bit, have preferences, but just everything.
It's that typical list of
Yeah.
old school bands.
I
Yeah.
mean, obviously you're going to be compared to Girls' School and Rock Goddess, but you are different to them, aren't you? You're more contemporary, obviously, because you're around now. Did you listen to those two when you were younger, or?
Definitely, yeah. I think they were a big inspiration because there wasn't many girl bands around, and there still isn't. I think it's,
No.
but it's something to look up to. I think. But really good. Jodie Turner came to one of our London gigs a couple of weeks ago, and we
And
just
Tracy
like,
Lamb.
yeah, it's like, oh,
Yeah.
so nice to meet you. It was really cool.
And Rock Goddess, are they still around, Rock Goddess? They
Yeah,
still
We
I
just
exist?
got back together,
Just got back
yeah.
together.
Oh, I heard that they were, yeah.
Doing Hard Rock Hell next year.
Right.
Yeah, in November.
Excellent.
Can't wait to see
Jill, I believe that you wrote all the lyrics on the album. Was that a process that comes naturally, or do you have to work hard at it? Because a lot of people that we interview, like we just spoke to Ricky, and he just said it just kind of flows. It's what he does all the time. So are you at that stage now, or do you have to sit there and think, right now, right, some lyrics or a song now?
I think you have to be in a sort of certain mood. I keep a little booklet of phrases and things that make me laugh, and like lines and things I read in newspapers, and I try and sort of incorporate that, or if I feel like a strange word, I'll try and incorporate that into it. It's kind of moved on from the last album where it was quite tongue-in-cheek, but I think there's still more. I wouldn't say I'm a very good lyricist, but it's quite.
From listening to the album, you have very rock orientated
Yeah.
lyrics. Like you couldn't imagine somebody with, I don't know, Celine Dion or somebody singing your lyrics. They're
Absolutely
very rock.
jealous.
Yeah, I'm a bit filthy.
The album artwork has been created by Christian Sloan Hall. Did you give him a free rein, or did you say, right, we want this on the artwork?
We'd kind of had this idea to have this kind of comic book style image, very sort of striking and very strong kind of thing. Where did we get the idea for the baseball bats and stuff? Because we specifically said to him, right, we posed for a photograph with the baseball bats, and he essentially drew it and kind of added his own kind of style to it. But we did kind of want that sort of backstreet kind of
They didn't
gang.
give me a baseball bat, they gave me a metal pipe.
Yeah, you got a steel
Yeah, I got a
one,
metal
so that was, I got a free rein there.
She's like West Side Story.
Yeah. There's a little bit of that, the sort of backstreet kind of like the Warriors, like
Yeah,
the old
yeah.
80s
Yeah.
sort of street gang kind of
Too young to remember the Warriors. As I said earlier, your exposure in the industry has taken off in the last 12 months. Do you put that down to just going out and gigging and just working really hard? Because there's a buzz about you now. It's taking off.
That's the most
Starting
part.
to take it seriously and, just get our arse off really, just do as much exposure as we can and
Getting more down south as well,
Yeah,
just getting out of
getting out.
Scotland.
See, the most we've ever been in England, but
Yeah.
Because you played a few festivals, you've done Steelhouse, let's say, Hard Rock Hell. You've played Bloodstock.
Yeah.
Bloodstock as well. Have you got any more coming up this year?
Camden Rocks. We're playing Camden Rocks in May. I think like Black Spiders and Funeral for a Friend are doing that one.
Do you know which venue? It's not that big, is it? Just with one road. Just go to the tube station and just follow the sound.
I'll find out for you.
Is that the only one that you've got coming up?
yeah, so
No, we've got one in the Netherlands in April.
Blues.
That's the first time we've ever been sort of abroad other than Ibiza.
Right.
We've been, so we're going more into Europe now, and then we're playing in France as well, a festival in
gigs in
France.
France and
Somewhere.
Belgium. I don't remember the name of it.
Yeah. Just sort of small kind of rock festivals.
Right. So it's not, Grass Pops in Belgium, is it? It's not.
Yeah, no, it's nothing big name, but it's still, it's abroad. It's different.
Anything about one of the big ones? Well, there's only one big one over here now, isn't there? Because Sonny's here and that thing. So is there going to be anything that we download, do you think?
We'll see.
There's still a lot of bands to be announced now.
Yeah.
So, so that'd be good if you could. You managed to gain endorsements with vintage guitars, Hughes and Kettner amps, and Regal tip drumsticks. Does it feel to have all these well-established bands linked? How does it feel to have all these well-established brands linked with you and endorsing them?
I just got endorsed by Orange amps
Oh,
as
yeah.
well, yeah, so I've got my rig now, which is full Orange stack. It's amazing.
I was in a music shop.
Jealous.
I was in a music shop yesterday, and on the counter they had the little orange amps that were just like
Yeah, the little baby
speakers,
yeah, I absolutely love them. It's mostly just because of the colour. I was drew me to them, but they just do sound amazing.
And they look really cool.
They look cool and they sound cool, and they're like proper
I used
retro.
to take my drums to gigs in bin bags, so it's good
Yeah,
to have some good quality gear. That was a low point.
Back for life.
Excellent. Right, you're touring with Black Star Riders in Europe. Are you still pinching yourselves, or are you just taking it all in your stride?
It's still quite daunting,
Still
getting used to
it.
it. It was quite nice the other night. Europe sort of, we hadn't really said hello because they were different sort of stage time from us.
Yeah.
We don't really cross paths, but they invited us into their dressing room just for a drink and a chat, and it was really nice.
That's nice.
Actually, they're so down to earth. They actually think they're like really. They're so up themselves, but they're not at all.
Well, I found that doing interviews, the more bands of my age, of their age, Europe's Black Star Riders, they're all really nice guys.
Yeah.
And like you say, invited you into the dressing room, I can imagine most of them like that.
It's really nice.
Refreshing.
I
Yeah.
kind of know the Black Star Riders, but anyway, from the home front
Yeah.
gig, we'd already kind of met them and stuff, and they're obviously like
They're all
nice to us,
cool.
yeah.
Yeah. How long is your set list tonight? How long have you got?
You get half an hour.
Right, and how many songs are you cramming into that half an hour? And are all of them off the new album, or?
All of them are off the album. We've cut it down a little bit. We were doing 8 songs, but we're kind of running over a bit, and we don't want to take liberties. We've cut a song. We're doing seven tunes. Yeah, gives us a bit.
And
more
are all
space.
3 of you happy with the set list, or do you have a bit of an argument about some of the songs? Or?
I think we're sort of chopping and changing it every night, but we're perfecting it actually.
Yeah.
We're feeling quite good about it. That didn't really work too
We
well.
changed it
Just
in
like-
Glasgow, and that's the one we've got now. Is
Yeah.
the set list
Right.
now.
It's
We
gonna
find
be-
find
yeah,
it works
that's gonna
the
be
best.
Well, you just find it through experience, won't you?
Yeah, it's your energy levels. It kind of depends where you put a song in the set list.
Yeah.
You know, if it's a really hard song to sing, you put that near the start when you've got the most energy. Because we've only got half an hour, so you have to like
want to keep
Blast it.
just energy.
I'm sure you'll have the same effect that you had in Holmfirth, because you were just, I know I've said it a few times, but you were brilliant. What are your plans for the next 12 months? Have you got a business plan going forward?
We're hoping to, like, we're bored of the songs already, so we're going to have another album out, probably, hopefully this time next year as well.
Yeah.
I think we just want to keep the momentum going. Do as many gigs as we can, do as many festivals as we can this year.
Try and get in a couple more tours as well after this one. Because this is our first kind of proper run of shows. This is our first proper tour.
Yeah.
We've only ever done like weekends. This is kind of quite good to do a proper number of shows back to back. So hopefully more of those.
I might embarrass you here, Heather, but when I saw you a few years ago supporting Gun, it was either in Glasgow or Edinburgh. You might remember. I can't remember which one it was.
Edinburgh, yeah.
Was it in Edinburgh? It was probably 3 or 4 years ago, and I noticed that you could only play one string on the bass. You were only playing one string.
Was it?
It may have just been that night. I don't know, but you're only playing one
That's
string.
your favourite one.
So like,
It was right at the beginning when you very first started, wasn't it?
yeah, what was that? It was
Electric
Cabaret.
Electric Circus.
The Electric Circus it was, yeah.
Yeah.
But then I saw you in Holmfirth. You were like Steve Harris. You were your fingers were up and down that fretboard, and honestly, you've come on so much in the last few years.
I only sort of joined like a couple of years, but what was it? You'd already been going for a bit, and then I joined later on, so I was a bit shy and a bit, not really played bass for like years and years. So
Yeah.
you just sort of build it up.
Sorry if I embarrassed you.
I don't even remember.
You know what? It may have just been me looking at just one song that you were playing one string.
I don't think it was one string. I can't remember.
Steve.
Anyway, on that note, thank you very much for talking to us, girls. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thanks, Anna. Thanks, Jill. Oops. Good luck tonight. Good luck with the rest of the tour, and good luck with the next 12 months, because I'm sure you're just going to take off. And yeah, it'll be fantastic for you. Thank you very much.
Cheers.